What would you do if you walked into a hospital at 2 a.m. and saw your husband holding another woman's hand while she gave birth to his baby? And you were 7 months pregnant? I'll tell you what I did. I disappeared. And when I came back, I destroyed his entire world with 3 words. This is my story. And if you've ever felt invisible in your own life, if you've ever made yourself smaller for someone else, stay with me. Because what happened next changed everything. They say you never really know someone until you see them at their worst. I thought I knew my husband. 6 years of marriage. A baby on the way. A future we'd built together, or so I believed. Then I walked into County General Hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning and saw his jacket. Gray wool. The one I'd bought him 2 Christmases ago at Nordstrom Rack, on sale, because we were saving for the house. It was draped over a plastic chair outside labor and delivery room 4. My hands went cold. That specific kind of cold that starts in your fingers and crawls up your arms. I'd felt it once before, the day my father died. Your body knows before your brain catches up. Through the small window in the door, I could see into the room. Dylan stood next to the bed, his hand wrapped around another woman's hand. She was younger, mid-20s, maybe. Brunette. Pretty in that girl next door way. Her face was red, scrunched up, screaming through a contraction. Dylan bent down and whispered something in her ear. She nodded, squeezed his hand harder. The exact same way I'd practiced squeezing his hand at our birthing class 6 weeks ago at the community center. The instructor had said, "You'll need an anchor. Someone to ground you through the pain." I was 7 months pregnant. The baby kicked hard against my ribs, as if saying, "Pay attention, something's wrong." I stood there. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, that specific frequency that makes your teeth ache. Someone had spilled coffee near the water fountain. The linoleum floor was that speckled gray beige every hospital has. I noticed all of it. Every single detail. Like my brain was taking photographs because it knew I'd need to remember this moment exactly as it was. A nurse pushed through the door. Young, tired, night shift exhaustion written across her face. "The father can come back now," she called into the room. Baby's crowning. The father. My knees unlocked. The floor tilted. I put my hand on the wall to steady myself. The nurse noticed me. "Ma'am. Are you okay? Do you need to sit down?" "I'm fine." The lie tasted like pennies. Like I'd bitten my tongue. "Wrong room. I'm looking for someone else." "Are you sure? You look pale. When are you due?" 2 months. "I'm fine." "Really?" I turned and walked. 1 foot in front of the other. Past the nurse's station where 3 women in scrubs typed at computers, not looking up. Past the elevator with its cheerful ding. Past the gift shop that was closed and dark, stuffed animals pressed against the window like prisoners. I found the stairwell. 7 flights down. My right hand on the metal railing, cold, industrial, real. My left hand on my belly. Each step echoed. Concrete and metal. The sound of a life ending. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I pulled it out. "Dylan, hey babe. Emergency resolved. Be home in an hour. Love you." I sat down. Right there on the stairs. Cold concrete seeping through my maternity jeans, the ones from Target that cost $19.99 because Dylan said we needed to save money. The elastic waistband dug into my skin. I'd gained 47 pounds. My wedding ring didn't fit anymore. I wore it on a chain around my neck. The baby kicked again. Strong, insistent. "I'm here, Mom. Don't forget about me." "I know, baby," I whispered. "I know you're there." I opened my text messages with Dylan. Scrolled back. 6 months of working late and client dinner and team meeting ran long. Every Wednesday. Every single Wednesday for 6 months. I opened our banking app. Joint account. The one we'd opened together 3 years ago. Ours, he'd said. Everything shared. No secrets. I scrolled through transactions. Seeing things I'd trained myself not to see. Small cash withdrawals. $50 here. 100 there. For lunch, he'd said when I asked once. Easier than using the card. Charges from Babies R Us on 8th Street. I'd never been to that location. I registered at the one near our house. Bye Bye Baby in Riverside. 23 miles away. Why would he drive 23 miles? Delivery address, Riverside Apartments, Unit 3B. I opened the calendar app. Scrolled back. Every Wednesday. Doctor's appointments, he'd said. The Clarkson account was demanding. Lots of evening meetings. I opened Instagram. Dylan's profile. Still public because we have nothing to hide. Scrolled through his tagged photos. There. 3 months ago. A sonogram photo. Black and white. That familiar curve. Baby in profile. It's a girl, written across the top in that specific medical font. Due date, February 14th. Valentine's Day. He'd saved it in his photos as marketing campaign draft. I started laughing. Couldn't stop. The sound echoed in the concrete stairwell. Harsh. Ugly. The laugh of a woman who just realized she'd been playing checkers while everyone else played chess. My phone buzzed again. Becca, my best friend. Grace. Owen just called me. Said Dylan's been weird. Said you might need me. Where are you? Owen. Dylan's older brother. The accountant. The one who chose his words carefully. I typed back, I'm fine. 3 dots appeared immediately. Becca typing. You're not fine. I can hear it in your voice even through text. Where are you? County General. The hospital. The hospital? Grace, what happened? Is the baby okay? My fingers hovered over the keyboard. How do you type this? How do you reduce your entire life imploding into a text message? The baby's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Stop saying fine. I'm coming. Send me your location. I'm at County General. Stay there. Don't move. I'm 20 minutes away. I didn't go back upstairs. Couldn't. Instead, I walked down the remaining stairs, through the emergency room exit where a security guard barely looked up, into the parking lot. The night air hit me. February in the city. Cold but not freezing. I could see my breath. The parking lot was half empty. Sodium vapor lights casting everything in orange. My Honda Accord sat in visitor parking. The check engine light had been on for 3 weeks. I kept meaning to get it looked at. I unlocked the car. Sat in the driver's seat. Didn't start the engine. Just sat there in the dark, hands on the steering wheel, breathing. I'd given up everything for this man. Not everything, a small voice whispered. You gave up a version of yourself. The real you is still there. She's just been sleeping. My phone rang. Not a text. A call. Becca. Where are you exactly? She asked. No hello. Voice tight with worry. Parking lot. East side. Stay in your car. Lock the doors. I'm almost there. Becca, I'm not in danger. I'm just. I know what you are. I know what happened. Owen told me. 6 months ago. I'm so sorry. I should have told you. I wanted to tell you. Owen made me promise. Said it wasn't his place. Said Dylan would end it. I'm so sorry. 6 months. Everyone knew. Everyone knew except me. I ended the call. Opened my laptop from my bag. Our shared cloud account. Dylan's photos uploaded automatically. Privacy. Trust. What a joke. I searched for doctor. Found a folder labeled medical, do not delete. Inside, prenatal appointment confirmations. For Tessa Hartley. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Dr. Morrison. Same doctor I was seeing. Sonogram photos. 12 weeks. 20 weeks. 28 weeks. 36 weeks. He'd been documenting someone else's pregnancy. While I documented ours. Parallel lives. Parallel babies. Parallel futures. My vision blurred. I wiped my eyes. Mascara came off on my hand. I put on makeup to drive to the hospital at 2 a.m. because I still cared what I looked like. Still wanted to be pretty for him. Even in crisis. Becca's Jeep pulled up next to my car. She got out. Hair in a messy bun. No makeup. Sweatpants and a hoodie. She'd clearly rolled out of bed. She opened my passenger door. Got in. Didn't say anything. Just reached over and put her hand on mine. We sat like that. 2 women in a hospital parking lot at 2:30 in the morning. One pregnant and betrayed. One guilty and sorry. How long have you known? I asked finally. 6 months. Owen saw them at a doctor's appointment. He told me. I told him to tell you. He said it wasn't his place. I've been trying to figure out how to say something without destroying everything. She paused. I'm so sorry. Everyone knew. Not everyone. Just Owen and me. We only found out by accident. Does his mother know? Charlotte knows everything about Dylan. She always has. I felt it then. Not heartbreak. That would come later. Right now, I felt rage. Pure, clean, clarifying rage. I'd made myself invisible for this man. Hidden who I was. Pretended I needed less than I did. Lived in his mediocre world because he needed to feel big. And he'd thrown it away for someone younger. Someone he could mold. Someone who didn't know better. I need to see my mother, I said. Becca blinked. It's almost 3 in the morning. I know. You haven't talked to your mom in, what? 3 months. 4. Because Dylan didn't like her. Said she was cold. Judgmental. Made him feel small. Grace. I need to see her. Now. Evelyn Ashford lived in the penthouse she'd owned for 40 years. Top floor of the Devereux building downtown. 14,000 square feet. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the entire city. Dylan thought my mother was a retired school teacher living in a modest condo in the suburbs. Your mom's on a fixed income, I'd told him years ago. She gets by, but there's not much extra. Another lie. One of so many. Becca drove. I sat in the passenger seat, watching the city pass by. Empty streets. Traffic lights changing for no one. A homeless man sleeping in a doorway. The world kept existing even though mine had ended. We pulled up to the Devereux. The doorman recognized me even though I hadn't been there in months. Ms. Ashford. Good evening. Your mother is expecting you. Of course she was. Evelyn always knew. The elevator opened directly into the apartment. Marble floors. Modern art that cost more than most people's houses. A Rothko in the hallway. Dylan had walked past it a dozen times and never knew it was real. My mother sat in the living room. Reading. Still dressed even though it was 3 a.m. She looked up when I walked in. Didn't seem surprised. "He finally did something unforgivable," she said. "Not a question. You knew. I'm your mother. I know everything." She set down her book. Some thick biography. "Sit." I sat. Italian leather sofa. The kind Dylan wouldn't recognize as expensive. He thought expensive meant showy. Didn't understand that real wealth whispers. "His mistress is in labor," I said. "County General. Right now." Evelyn didn't flinch. Just nodded slowly. "And you're 7 months along." "Yes." "You've been living in that rental. Driving that Honda. Working for $42,000 a year. For him. To make him feel big. Because you loved him. Because I was a fool." My mother stood. Walked to the bar. Poured herself 2 fingers of scotch. 30-year-old single malt. The bottle cost more than my monthly salary. She offered it to me. I shook my head. "You weren't a fool," Evelyn said. "You were young and in love. You wanted to be normal." I understood that. At the mention of normal, I felt tears coming. Fought them back. "Not yet. Couldn't fall apart yet." "Tell me everything," Evelyn said. So I did. The hospital. The jacket. The window. Dylan's hand holding hers. The emails. The bank transfers. The apartment in Riverside. 2 years of lies. My mother listened without interrupting. Just sipped her scotch and listened the way she'd always listened, completely, totally, without judgment. When I finished, she set down her glass. "What do you want to do?" "I don't know." "Yes, you do." I looked at her. 68 years old. Still sharp. Still running half a Fortune 500 company even though she'd retired 5 years ago. "I want my life back," I said. "My real life." "Then take it." She walked to her office. Came back with a folder. Legal documents. Bank statements. Trust fund paperwork. She set it on the coffee table. Opened it. $200 million, Evelyn said simply. "Give or take, depending on the market. Your father left it in trust until you were 30 or married. You've been legally able to access it for 3 years." I stared at the numbers. So many zeros. I'd forgotten. Actually forgotten. "Why didn't you remind me?" I asked. "You wanted to be normal. I respected that. You needed to figure out who you were without the money." She paused. "But darling, normal is overrated. And Dylan Winters is a parasite." I started laughing again. That same hysterical edge. Sitting on my mother's imported Italian sofa, 7 months pregnant, wearing Target jeans and Dylan's old college sweatshirt, laughing until I was crying. "I need a lawyer," I said. "You already have one. Mitchell has been ready for this call for 9 years. You've had him watching Dylan. I've had him watching everything. You're my daughter. My only child. Did you think I'd let you marry someone without knowing exactly who he was? And you let me marry him anyway. You were in love. You wouldn't have listened. And honestly, he seemed harmless enough at the time. Mediocre, but harmless." Evelyn picked up her scotch again. "I was wrong. He didn't grow up. He just got better at hiding." My phone buzzed. "Dylan. Where are you?" "Really?" "Grace, I called your mom's." She didn't answer. "When are you coming home?" I typed back, "I'm at my mother's. We're having tea. I'll be home tomorrow." "Your mom's place?" "The condo." Need me to pick you up? No. I'm fine. Get some sleep. Okay. Love you. Sorry about tonight. Work was crazy. I turned off my phone. Set it face down. I need to disappear for a while, I said. How long? A week. Maybe 2. Long enough for him to get comfortable. Long enough to gather everything we need. Evelyn smiled. Not a nice smile. The kind that meant someone was about to regret something. I'll make some calls. I didn't go home that night. Couldn't. Evelyn had a car service take me to the Four Seasons. Penthouse suite. Under her account. Cash payment. No trail. Becca came with me. We didn't talk much. Just existed together. She ordered room service at 5 a.m. pancakes and fruit and coffee that I couldn't drink because pregnancy. We ate in silence, watching the sunrise through floor-to-ceiling windows. My phone, still off, sat on the nightstand. A small black rectangle containing my entire old life. What's the plan? Becca asked finally. I'm going to tell him I'm going to a wellness retreat. For stress. High-risk pregnancy. Doctor's orders. And actually, I'm going to my mother's house in Jackson Hole. And I'm going to build a case that destroys him. Becca set down her fork. Grace. He erased me, Becca. Told that girl I was cold. Unaffectionate. That we'd grown apart. That the marriage was over. He made me the villain in his story while I was at home folding his laundry. I know. I've been invisible for 6 years. Made myself small. Quiet. Understanding. I'm done being small. I slept until noon. Deep, dreamless sleep. When I woke up, my phone had 17 missed calls. Dylan, Dylan, Dylan. His mother. Dylan again. I called him back. Grace. Jesus. Where have you been? I've been worried sick. I was sleeping. My phone died. At your mom's? Yes. How is she? Fine. Good. We talked. About what? Nothing important. Girl stuff. I could hear the relief in his voice. Still believing the lie. Still thinking he had control. When are you coming home? Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. Dr. Morgan called this morning. Is everything okay? Is the baby okay? The concern in his voice almost sounded real. We're fine. But my blood pressure's been high. She's recommending a prenatal wellness retreat. Stress reduction. It's important for high-risk pregnancies. A retreat? For how long? A week. Maybe 10 days. Silence on the other end. I could practically hear him calculating. A week without me. A week with Tessa and the new baby. That sounds good. If the doctor thinks it's important. She does. And actually, my mom and Becca are coming too. Kind of a girls' trip. That's great, babe. Really great. You deserve some relaxation. You're sure you'll be okay? Of course. I'll miss you, but your health comes first. The baby's health. Which baby, I wanted to ask. But didn't. Thank you for understanding. Always. I love you. I love you too. The lie came easier this time. Like a muscle I was exercising. Friday morning, Evelyn picked me up in her car. Not the Mercedes. The Honda Civic she kept for when she needed to be retired teacher Evelyn instead of CEO Evelyn. Dylan hugged me goodbye at the door. Call me when you get there. Be safe. I love you. I will. I love you too. I got in the car. He waved from the doorway. I waved back. We drove 2 blocks. Then Evelyn pulled over. "Ready?" she asked. "Yes." We drove to the private airport on the east side of the city. Not the commercial terminal. The one for people who owned planes. Mitchell was waiting. My mother's lawyer for 30 years. Early 50s. Sharp suit. Sharper mind. "Grace," he said. "I'm sorry we're meeting under these circumstances." "Don't be sorry. Help me. That's why I'm here." He handed me a folder. "These are preliminary findings. Dylan Winters. Age 36. Marketing executive at Morrison & Partners. Salary, $92,000. Credit score, 640. Debt, $43,000 in credit cards. All in his name only. $43,000. Furniture for the Riverside apartment. Baby supplies. A diamond necklace from Tiffany's. $2,000. Posted on Instagram by Tessa Hartley. Caption, "He always knows what I need." I opened the folder. There it was. A screenshot. Tessa wearing the necklace. Young, pretty, glowing. Pregnant and happy and believing every lie. "There's more," Mitchell said. "Bank records show systematic transfers from your joint account to his personal account. Small amounts. $50 to $200. Over 2 years, approximately $40,000 total. He stole from me. Yes. To fund his second life." Mitchell pulled out another document. The prenup. "Do you remember signing this?" "I did. 6 years ago." Dylan insisted. "Said he didn't want my family thinking he was after money. Said he wanted everything kept separate. I'd thought it was noble." "What does it say?" "Everything earned during the marriage stays separate. But here's the thing, you haven't earned anything. Your nonprofit salary is negligible. The trust fund predates the marriage. Protected. Untouchable. He gets nothing. Nothing. Zero. The house down payment you've been saving. Your contributions only. His salary went to Tessa. The joint account. Mostly your deposits. He has no claim to any of it." I felt something shift. From victim to player. What about child support? $1,500 a month based on his actual earning potential. And given his debt and pattern of behavior, we can argue for supervised visitation only. What do I need to do? Nothing right now. Disappear. Let me build the case. When you come back, we'll have everything ready. We boarded the plane. Evelyn's plane. Bombardier Global 7500. $65 million. Dylan thought Evelyn lived on a teacher's pension. I sat in the leather seat. Watched the ground drop away. Up here, I could breathe. The baby kicked. Strong, insistent. I put my hand on my belly. "I know, baby," I whispered. "Things are changing. But we're going to be okay. Better than okay." Jackson Hole. Evelyn's compound. 6 bedrooms. Mountain views. Staff who understood discretion. Becca was already there. And Owen. Dylan's brother stood when I walked in. Guilt written all over his face. "I should have told you," he said immediately. "I'm so sorry." "Why didn't you?" Family loyalty. Stupidity. I thought he'd end it. He kept saying he would. That it was a mistake. That he loved you. Owen's voice cracked. "I'm sorry. I chose wrong." I looked at him. 48 years old. More responsible than his younger brother. More honest. Too loyal to the wrong person. You're telling me now, I said. That counts for something. Owen had brought recordings. Audio from his phone. He'd been at Dylan's apartment helping install a crib. You need to hear this, he said. Before you decide anything. I didn't want to hear it. But I needed to. He pressed play. Dylan's voice came through the speaker. Clear. Unmistakable. She's being so needy lately. Wants me home every night. Talking about the nursery constantly. What color to paint it? What kind of crib? I can't breathe. Tessa's voice. Younger. Softer. Just a few more months. Then we can be a real family. I know. I just feel trapped with her. Everything's about the baby. The pregnancy. Her symptoms. She's exhausted all the time. There's no passion anymore. With you, we actually connect. Do you love her? Long pause. 6 seconds. 7. I don't know anymore. I think I love the idea of her. The life we were supposed to have. But actually being with her. It's exhausting. She's exhausting. I felt my molars ache from clenching. Heat crawling up my neck. Nails digging into my palms. Turn it off, I said. Owen stopped the recording. I stood. Walked to the window. Mountains. Snow-capped peaks. Endless sky. Beautiful and cold and permanent. Like my rage. I'm going back, I said. When? Becca asked. Now. Tonight. Tomorrow. Soon. What's the plan? I'm going to that hospital. I'm going to walk into that room. And I'm going to introduce myself to Tessa properly. Grace. As the wife she didn't know existed. The real wife. Not the separated one in Dylan's fantasy. Mitchell spoke up. If you do this, we need to be strategic. I'm done being strategic. I'm done being quiet. I'm done waiting for the right moment. I turned back to them. He made me invisible. I'm about to become very, very visible. I flew back alone the next day. Private plane. Private terminal. Car service to County General. I wore real clothes. Designer jeans that actually fit. Cashmere sweater. Boots that cost more than Dylan's monthly rent. Hair done. Makeup perfect. Looking exactly like what I was, wealthy. Powerful. Done pretending. Dylan's car was in the parking lot. Same spot as that first night. I walked through the hospital. Maternity ward. Room 412. I knocked. Didn't wait for an answer. Just opened the door and walked in. Dylan stood by the bed holding a baby. Tessa in the bed, pale, exhausted, looking at Dylan like he hung the moon. They both looked up when I entered. Time stopped. Dylan's face cycled through emotions. Shock. Terror. Calculation. Landed on anger. Grace. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be at the retreat. I smiled. Closed the door behind me. Locked it. Funny story, I said. I was never going to a retreat. I walked further into the room. Looked at Tessa. Really looked. 26. Pretty. Young enough to be fooled. Old enough to know better. Hello, Tessa, I said. I'm Grace. Dylan's wife. Due in 2 months. We live at 847, Maple Street. Have for 3 years. Our wedding anniversary is June 15th, 6 years ago. Oak Grove Church. 200 guests. His mother cried during the ceremony. Dylan cried during his vows. Tessa's face crumbled. She looked at Dylan. You said you were separated. We are, Dylan stammered. We're just, for the baby, it's complicated. We're not separated, I said calmly. We're very much married. He comes home every night. To our bed. To our house. We have sex. We plan our future. Our nursery is painted yellow because we're waiting to find out the gender. He made me pancakes 3 days ago. Told me he loved me. Kissed me goodnight. I felt it then. The power of truth. Of standing in my reality instead of his lies. Grace, you need to leave, Dylan said. Voice dangerous now. This is private. Nothing about this is private. You made sure of that. I turned back to Tessa. What's your daughter's name? Emma, she whispered. Crying now. She's beautiful. Congratulations. I meant it. The baby was innocent. Did Dylan tell you he'd marry you? Tessa nodded. Did he tell you he loved you? That I was cold? Unaffectionate? That we'd grown apart? Tessa's eyes widened. How did you? He told me you were a mistake. That it meant nothing. That you were trying to trap him with the baby. That he'd end it but couldn't because you threatened to tell me. Dylan's face got redder. Cornered. We're both victims here, Tessa. Just in different ways. Get out, Dylan said. Louder now. You're upsetting her. She just gave birth. This is harassment. Actually, this is truth. I'm done with lies. I pulled out my phone. Opened my banking app. Turned it to face them both. This is my bank account. My real one. $200 million. Give or take, depending on how the market performed this week. Dylan's face went white. Trust fund from my father. James Ashford. Founder of Ashford Industries. You know that company? The one that owns this hospital. The one that owns the building where your firm leases office space. Grace, what are you? My mother isn't a retired school teacher. She's Evelyn Ashford. CEO. Still on the board. Still running things. I watched him process. Watched the panic. The realization of what he'd thrown away. I've been playing poor for you. Living in that rental. Driving that Honda. Working for charity money. Because you needed to feel like the provider. I was taking care of you, Dylan said. But his voice was weak. You were using me. My salary paid for everything. Rent. Utilities. Groceries. While you spent your salary on Tessa. On this apartment. On furniture and diamond necklaces from Tiffany's. I turned back to Tessa. Did he tell you that? That I paid for everything while he played house with you? Tessa shook her head. Still crying. Holding Emma close. My lawyer has reviewed the prenup. The one you insisted on, Dylan. It protects me. Not you. You get nothing. The house down payment. My money. The joint account. My contributions. Your salary went to this. I gestured around the room. You can't do this, Dylan said. Desperate. We're married. We're having a baby. We are having a baby. And you'll pay child support. $1,500 a month based on your actual earning potential. My lawyers are very good. I walked to the door. Unlocked it. Stopped. Oh, and Dylan. I'm not Grace Winters anymore. I filed the paperwork yesterday. I'm Grace Ashford again. I took my name back. My real name. Because I'm taking everything back that I gave away for you. I opened the door. Walked out. Didn't look back. The divorce papers were filed Monday morning. Process server showed up at Dylan's mother's house at 8 a.m. Charlotte Winters called me immediately. I answered on speaker. Mitchell and Evelyn both present. How dare you, Charlotte said. No preamble. After everything we've done for you. Welcomed you into our family. Treated you like a daughter. This is how you repay us. Charlotte. Dylan had an affair. Got his mistress pregnant. Lied for 2 years. Stole $40,000 from our joint account. Proposed to another woman while married to me. What exactly did you do for me? Boys make mistakes. You're supposed to forgive. That's what marriage means. No. That's what enabling means. I'm done enabling Dylan's behavior. You're being vindictive. Hormonal. You'll regret this when you calm down. I regret the 6 years I wasted on your son. I don't regret taking my life back. The baby, our grandchild, you'd really deprive your child of a father. I'm depriving my child of a bad example. Dylan can be a father on supervised visits. Once he proves he's capable. He'd never hurt. He's already hurt. Repeatedly. Systematically. Multiple women. That's who your son is. Accept it or don't. I don't care anymore. I hung up. That felt good, I said. It looked good, Evelyn replied. You're getting better at this. The next weeks moved fast. Dylan's employer investigated. Sexual harassment. Abuse of power. Multiple subordinates. Pattern of behavior. 2 other women came forward. Before Tessa. Dylan had been doing this for years. They fired him. Effective immediately. Escorted from the building. Career over. In marketing, you couldn't recover from this. The industry was small. Word traveled fast. Dylan tried to fight. Hired a lawyer. Filed a countersuit. Claimed I'd abandoned him. Wanted spousal support. Wanted half my assets. Mitchell laughed when he saw it. The court date was set. I didn't attend. Sent Mitchell instead. He called that afternoon. Complete victory. Judge reviewed the prenup. Reviewed the evidence. No spousal support. No assets. Child support at $1,500. Supervised visitation pending psychological evaluation. How did he react? He cried. Told the judge you were destroying him. That he'd made mistakes but loved you. That this was too harsh. What did the judge say? That love doesn't include lying, cheating, stealing, and manipulation. Told him to get therapy. Court dismissed. I sat in my new house. Not the rental. The estate I'd bought with cash. $5 million. 10 acres. Mountain views. The baby kicked. Strong. Ready. Just us soon, I whispered. You and me. We're going to be okay. I went into labor on a Tuesday. 3 a.m. water broke. Alone in the mansion. No panic. Just clarity. Called Evelyn. It's time. I'm on my way. Called Becca. Labor started. 20 minutes. Didn't call Dylan. He had no rights until after birth. Court order. Labor was long. 30 hours. Hard. Everything they don't tell you. But I'd done hard things. This was nothing compared to the past 4 months. Dr. Morgan stayed with me. You're doing amazing. Just breathe. The baby came at dawn. Golden light. Birds singing. Girl. 8 pounds, 2 ounces. Perfect. They placed her on my chest. Warm. Wet. Alive. Screaming to prove it. Her name, the nurse asked. I looked at Evelyn. At Becca. The women who'd stood by me. Eleanor. Eleanor James Ashford. After my father. His legacy. My name. My identity. Not Winters. Never Winters. Beautiful name, the nurse said. Congratulations. I looked at Eleanor. This perfect little human. Hi, baby. I'm your mom. It's just us. And that's enough. Dylan appeared 2 days later. Visiting hours. Hospital security present. He looked terrible. Older. Thinner. Real consequences showing. She's beautiful, he said quietly. Didn't come closer. Thank you. Grace. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't fix anything. But I am. I was an idiot. You were. Is there any chance? No. I'm her father. Biologically. The rest you'll have to earn. With her. Not me. This is cruel. This is consequence. He left. I held Eleanor closer. 6 months later. Eleanor sitting up. Babbling. Smiling at everything. The happiest baby. I was back at work full-time. Running my division at Ashford Industries. Making decisions. Leading teams. Using my brain. The mansion was home now. Pictures on walls. Toys in the living room. Eleanor's laugh echoing through expensive spaces. Dylan existed on the periphery. Every other Saturday. 2 hours. Supervised visits. He showed up. Tried. But separate. Distant. I heard through Owen that Dylan was in therapy. Dating someone age-appropriate. Trying to be better. Good for him. It didn't affect me anymore. 1 year after that hospital night. I stood in front of the board at Ashford Industries. 20 powerful people. The acquisition makes sense, I said. Financially. Strategically. Ethically. We should proceed. Unanimous approval. After the meeting, Evelyn pulled me aside. Your father would be so proud. You keep saying that. Because I keep meaning it. Eleanor was 1 year old. Walking. Almost talking. Mama, and Nana, and no. I threw her a party. Balloons. Cake. Friends. Family. Dylan came for his 2 hours. Brought a teddy bear. Eleanor ignored it. Preferred the wrapping paper. She's beautiful, he said to me. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you. I mean it. She's happy. Healthy. You're a good mother. I know. No false modesty. Just truth. That night, after everyone left, I sat on the floor in Eleanor's nursery. Cleaned up wrapping paper. Eleanor toddled over. Grabbed my hair. Her favorite activity. Pulled. Laughed. Your trouble, I said. But you're my trouble. I picked her up. Held her close. Want to know a secret? I whispered. The day I found out about you, those 2 lines on that test, you saved me. You gave me a reason to stop being small. To start being real. To choose myself so I could teach you to choose yourself. Eleanor grabbed my nose. Laughed. We're going to be okay, I said. Better than okay. We're going to be extraordinary. And we were. Oh, you too, 45 seconds. Some days I wake up powerful. Some days I wake up lonely. Both can be true. I've learned that strength isn't the absence of doubt. It's choosing yourself anyway. Again and again. Even on the days you're not sure it was worth it. Most days, it is. If this story resonated with you, if you saw yourself in any part of it, I want you to know something: you're not crazy. You're not asking for too much. You deserve someone who celebrates you, not someone who needs you small. Leaving doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes leaving means you finally succeeded. If you found value in this story, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment and tell me your thoughts. I read every single one. And if you're ready for more stories about transformation, survival, and becoming who you were always meant to be, click that notification bell. Because next week, I'm bringing you another true story that will change how you see everything. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Remember, you're not losing anything when you choose yourself. You're finally coming home. I'll see you next week.